Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Gregory Martin, aka the Super Producer. Here we review movies, TV series, discuss filmmaking tips, and entertainment news. If that's something that you're interested in, please don't forget to smash that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to ring that bell. It keeps you notified whenever I post a new video, and it also helps the channel grow. And with that being said, let's just jump right into today's review. And today we're reviewing the movie Real Still. Now, this movie actually came out in 2011, but it's finally made its way to Netflix. Hugh Jackman plays a struggling ex-boxer who thinks he's found his champion in a discarded robot in the near-future sport of robot boxing. Now, the movie follows this character named Charlie Kenton, played by Jackman, and he is a struggling ex-boxer. He is down on his luck. He's living hand to mouth, and the only way that he's able to survive is that he's hustling fights for these robots that he has. And after fighting in an event that destroys one of his robots, he is given the news that the mother of his son has passed away. The good thing though is that the boy's aunt wants to adopt him. Now, Charlie has not been a great dad. He's willing to let the aunt adopt his son if she, pays him $100,000. And allows for the kid to at least spend the summer with him. And happily she agrees. So during the summer we find out that the father and son have a really contentious relationship. The son, obviously, because the father has not been around in his life, and the father really just sees the kid as another responsibility. However, during the course of the film, they are able to bond over robot fighting. And one night when the two are actually looking for parts to fix one of their older robots, they come across this obsolete Generation 2 robot that's prime purpose in being built was really just to spar other robots. And they decide that this robot is going to be their project. And this robot is really the conduit that allows each of them to bond. This bond eventually leads them to start fighting the robots and get a shot at fighting the world champion robot, Zeus. And this battle forces the father and son to bond in a way that they've never bonded before. This is the big fight scene in the movie. You see how far they've come throughout the movie, from not really getting along to bonding in the middle of finding a commonality something that they both share a love in, and then taking that love that they both have and doing something together and accomplishing this goal of fighting for the championship. Now, first off, I have to admit that I really enjoyed this film. Let me give you a little backstory of why I'm kind of doing this review. So when this movie first came out in 2011, I was steadfast in my belief that I was not going to watch this film. Now, I don't remember exactly why I had such a strong reaction to this particular film, but I know back then, 19 years ago, I was really against, and still am, to some extent, when Hollywood takes these things, these IPs and things of that nature, and really try to shove them down our throat, or there's a trend that is kind of trendy that everyone's hopping on. I think that may have been something that was going on. I don't remember the specifics of what was going on around that time, but I remember this is a film that I saw that I was like, I'm not going to see this, I'm not going to support that. But I know over the years I was going to eventually watch this, because I always heard, here or there rumblings that it was a pretty good movie. But I'm glad I did. I really enjoyed this movie. Like, I surprisingly really liked this movie. Like, it really has some substance to it. It wasn't just a kid's film, a robot, futuristic film just for the sake of being that. It was actually something that, I connected to, like, that I felt like I connected to the film. in a way that I didn't expect I was going to connect to it. You know, Hugh Jackman was great in it. Also, Evangeline Lilly's in this movie. She was really good in this movie. I know I had a thing about her, you know, years ago. Not that she's a bad actor, but you know, after watching Lost or you know, investing my time into that series, you know, I just had I don't want to say a hate, but I just didn't like her character. I didn't like her character in Lost, and it just, that kind of seeped out into, you know, feature roles. And the same with Matthew Fox. Like, those two actors were people I just really like despised because of the roles that they played in Lost. They got to a point where they just were really annoying to me. But again, this was a super dope movie. The robots were cool. Like, if this happened to become a sport, you know, say 10, 15 years down the road, and it looked like that, I would be into robot boxing. Like, it looked fun. It looked like, you know, a little bit of like esports mixed with this show. I forget the name of that show where they would I think it came on like PBS or something like that, where they would battle like robots. You know, students from MIT and places like that would battle robots. It kind of had that vibe, and also the fact that they were really boxing. It wasn't like rock'em sock'em robots, you know, where they just punching. They were actually throwing punches. They were actually boxing. It was really, really good, and I regret waiting 10 years to see this movie, because I think it would have been so much cooler watching it on the big screen. That is my loss. That's me being jaded, and you know, hopefully I learn from this experience and you know, take a chance on, you know, movies like this. Well, that is my review on Real Steel. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. It's been 10 years in the making, and I really hope you found this review helpful. As always, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.